Welcome to the world of ecosystems. Today, we'll explore how life cycles, plant and animal interactions, and environmental factors create a complex web of life. Let's dive in. An ecosystem is a system in nature where plants, animals, and microorganisms interact with each other and with the abiotic factors like air, water, and soil. These systems can vary in size and complexity. There are three main types of ecosystems. First, we have microecosystems. These are small, often hidden systems within larger ecosystems, like a decaying log or a puddle of water. Second, mesoecosystems, which are medium-sized habitats like woodlands, wetlands, or a freshwater pond. Finally, we have global ecosystems, also known as biomes, which are large ecosystems that span vast regions, like the tropical rainforest or deserts. Ecosystems are defined by their climate, the amount of vegetation, and how energy flows through the system. Now, let's take a look at some important environmental cycles that support life within ecosystems, like the water cycle, which you can explore further through the link below in the description. The carbon cycle is a critical process where carbon moves between the atmosphere, plants, animals, and the earth. Carbon is absorbed by plants during photosynthesis and released back into the atmosphere when they decompose or are consumed by animals. Another essential cycle is the nitrogen cycle, which involves the transformation of nitrogen from the air into forms plants can use, and its return to the atmosphere through processes like denitrification. Now, let's journey to one of the most vibrant ecosystems on Earth, the tropical rainforest. Located in equatorial climates, these rainforests receive year-round warmth and rainfall, creating a lush environment full of life. Rainforests have multiple layers of vegetation, including the emergent layer, canopy, understory, and forest floor. Each layer is home to different species that have adapted to the unique conditions of each zone. The soil in rainforests is thin, and nutrients are recycled quickly due to the warm and humid conditions. Plants in the rainforest have some incredible adaptations, such as deciduous leaves that shed annually but often appear evergreen due to the continuous growing season. Lianas, or vines, use trees as support to climb towards the canopy to access sunlight. Next are the grasslands. These ecosystems are found in regions with seasonal rainfall and distinct wet and dry periods. In tropical grasslands, also known as savannas in Africa or pampas in South America, rainfall ranges from 500 to 2,000 millimeters per year, with drought periods lasting 1 to 8 months. Plants here are adapted to withstand long dry spells, with xerophytic plants that conserve water and have deep root systems, like the baobab and acacia trees. On the other hand, temperate grasslands or prairies, pampas, steppes, experience a large temperature range and rainfall spread throughout the year. The soil here is rich in nutrients, making it ideal for grasses, but not for trees. Now, let's move on to hot deserts. These arid environments are located along the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn, where the land is incredibly dry with extreme diurnal temperature ranges. Desert plants like acacias, creosote bushes, and date palms have special adaptations to survive. Their waxy skin helps reduce water loss, and their long taproots or shallow roots help them access scarce water. Heading further north, we reach the tundra. This is a cold, treeless landscape where vegetation is limited due to permafrost or permanently frozen ground. The vegetation here is mostly lichens, mosses, and sedges, which can survive the harsh conditions of extreme cold and short growing seasons. Next is the woodlands. In the coniferous woodlands or taiga, found in Russia and parts of North America, trees like pine, spruce, and fir dominate the landscape. Coniferous trees are specially adapted to survive harsh winters. Their evergreen needles reduce moisture loss, and their cone-shaped structure helps them shed snow. These forests are home to fewer species compared to rainforests due to the cold climate and poor soil nutrients. In temperate woodlands, found in regions with moderate climates, deciduous trees are the dominant vegetation. These trees shed their leaves every year and contribute to a high level of organic material in the soil. These woodlands are rich in mull humus, a type of fertile soil, which allows for the growth of plants that thrive in dappled sunlight. Heliophytes are plants that thrive in environments with plenty of light, while psophytes are plants that can tolerate low light or even darkness. Now, when we talk about physiological drought, we're referring to conditions where the temperature drops just below freezing, affecting a plant's ability to absorb water effectively. On the other hand, the growing season is the period when temperatures rise above 6 degrees Celsius, creating ideal conditions for plant growth. Moving on to soil. Its role in plant growth, its importance, and the different types found around the world. Let's dive into how soil shapes ecosystems. So, what exactly is soil? Soil is more than just dirt. It's the unconsolidated mixture of mineral and organic materials that has weathered from rocks. It contains water, air, humus, and living organisms. Unlike dirt, which is simply lifeless, soil plays an essential role in the ecosystem. Why is soil so important? Well, it serves as the media for plant growth. Plants depend on it to anchor their roots and absorb water and nutrients. Soil also helps modify the atmosphere by absorbing and releasing gases, and it's a critical habitat for countless organisms. Plus, it plays a huge role in storing, altering, and purifying water, especially in systems like aquifers. It even recycles nutrients, keeping ecosystems healthy. So how does soil even form? Well, the process starts with regolith, broken down pieces of rock that eventually become soil. Through weathering, these rocks slowly break down over time. As they break down, leaching and capillary action move water and nutrients through soil layers, helping create the soil profile we see today. One key player in soil formation is humus, that rich, dark layer of decaying plants and animals. It's packed with nutrients and helps soil retain moisture. The process of organic decay, like leaves breaking down, adds humus to the soil and makes it nutrient-rich. But not all soils are the same. Several factors affect how soil forms, like the parent rock, the land's topography, and even the climate. Soil formation can take anywhere from a few thousand to over 10,000 years. Let's break down some of the most common types of soil found around the world. First, we have laterites, which are commonly found in tropical regions like South America, Africa, and Southeast Asia. These soils form under heavy rainfall, leading to chemical weathering and rapid organic decay. The result? A reddish-brown soil, often infertile due to intense leaching. Though they're tough to farm, they're used in road construction and building materials. Next up are podzols, found in cooler climates like North America and Russia. These soils form under coniferous forests, where cold temperatures and slow decay lead to leached, acidic soils. They're not great for farming, but certain crops, like corn and soybeans, can grow in the right conditions. Then we have Chernozems, which are some of the most fertile soils in the world. These dark, nutrient-rich soils are found in temperate grasslands, like the prairies of Canada and the USA. Perfect for growing crops like wheat and oats, these soils are great for agriculture because of their high humus content. Now let's talk about rendzinas, which form in sloped, mountainous regions like Europe. These soils are young, calcareous, and have a neutral alkaline pH. They're good for forests and shrubs, but don't support large-scale agriculture due to limited moisture and low fertility. Latisols are tropical soils found in regions with heavy rainfall, like the equatorial zone. These soils are rich in iron and aluminum but poor for farming, supporting mainly bushes and grasses. And lastly, let's talk about Bahamian soils. These soils are generally young and thin, found in the Bahamas. The soils in forested areas are organic, while those in sandy areas are sedimentary and a bit patchy. Not much grows in these soils without irrigation and fertilizers. Moving on to an important issue, soil erosion. This process, which can gradually degrade the land vital for agriculture, occurs both naturally and due to human activity. Let's explore the causes, how it happens, and most importantly, how we can conserve soil to protect our future. So, what is soil erosion? Simply put, it's the breakdown of soil layers, often due to overuse or the removal of vegetation cover. In fact, only 11% of the Earth's land is prime agricultural land, making it even more important to protect the soil we have. There are two main causes of soil erosion: man-made and natural occurrences. On the human side, Things like overcultivation, where crops are grown in the same area for too long, can strip away the soil. Overgrazing happens when there are too many livestock for the land to support, leaving the soil exposed. Monoculture, or growing just one type of crop, also weakens soil health. And of course, deforestation, mining, and overirrigation can all contribute to soil loss. On the natural side, forest fires, often caused by lightning and volcanic eruptions, can remove soil and change its structure. Landslides, triggered by earthquakes, are another cause, as they can quickly move large amounts of soil downhill. Now, let's dive into how soil erosion takes place in different forms. It all starts with water. First, there's splash erosion, where raindrops hit the soil and break it apart, making it easier for it to wash away. Next is sheet erosion. When heavy rain falls, it can wash away a thin layer of soil over a large area, leaving the land less fertile. Then, we have rill erosion. As rainwater flows down a slope, it can carry soil particles along, forming small channels in the ground. Finally, gully erosion occurs when heavy rain carves deep grooves into the land, often in soft rock areas, creating permanent damage. But water isn't the only culprit. Wind erosion can blow away fine particles of soil, especially in regions with little rainfall, bare vegetation, or desert areas. This is common in desertification zones or the margins of temperate grasslands. To combat this, windbreakers, like rows of trees, can be planted to slow the wind and protect the soil. Now, how do we stop soil erosion and conserve soil? The good news is that there are several effective methods for soil management. One method is shifting cultivation, where farmers rotate between different areas, allowing the soil to regenerate by resting between farming periods. Crop rotation is another smart technique. By growing different crops in the same area at different times, we allow the soil to recover nutrients that certain crops may have depleted. On steep land, terracing can be incredibly effective. Farmers cut steps into the land, with stone or mud walls called bunds to slow down water flow and prevent erosion. Strip cultivation is a practice where strips of land are farmed, while others are left to rest and regenerate, allowing nutrients to recover. Another technique is contour farming, where crops are planted perpendicular to the natural slopes, breaking up the water flow and reducing soil loss. Shelter belts, rows of trees planted across flat land, help reduce the force of wind and prevent soil from being blown away. Using natural fertilizers and maintaining the humus and crumb structure of the soil are also vital for maintaining soil health. And don't forget, fencing land around gullies can prevent further soil loss and protect vulnerable areas. Thanks for watching. We hope this video helps you understand the importance of protecting our soil and vegetation. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on the environment. Let's all do our part to conserve the Earth's precious resources.